Hi guys, back again today. Again, not here with anything earth-shattering or a great topic. Been working on my shop all day, trying to get this place closed in for winter. So this is the last part on my barn. I've got a lean-to off the old hay barn that I have about 2/3 finished and heated. It's my spray room, and I've got this side here that's been just kind of junk storage in a dark hole that bottomless pit that everything goes into and never to be seen again. So, since I need more room in the shop for working, more tools, get set up so that the guy that works for me and myself aren't tripping over each other all the time if we're both in the shop, this is the will be a good thing to have done. It's been a lot of years. Projects around here tend to start. I have help, lots of help today. Projects here tend to start and languish for some time. So I had to move my dust collector outside first because my dust bin was in here. So now I have this pipe that runs through to a building out back, and I don't have a return yet. So that's kind of the rush on getting this done before winter because I've used a water bath to to filter the air, and it works pretty good. Just kind of got the idea from having a rainbow vacuum in the past, and I thought, well, if that works for that, I should be able to set up a 55-gallon barrel, dump the dusty air into the barrel, and then have it come out clean on the into the shop. And of course, it does add some humidity, but for the most part, that's especially in the wintertime, it's actually kind of a good thing. So uh, we have used that, but this whole summer and this fall, there's been no return. We just are pumping the air outside, and the dust goes in. The chips go into the bin. The dust goes out, and um, takes all the air conditioned air or the heated air out of the shop. So I got to get that fixed for winter because at 20 below, I'm not going to want to have be taking all the heat and pumping it out of the shop. So I got to get this insulated finished so that come this winter, my water won't freeze. I want to try to set up a line where I have a rinse where I can turn the valve on and just have a drain on it and make it easy to keep clean. Because that was kind of the problem before. I'd have to disconnect the whole thing, wheel the heavy barrel out, scrape out all the wet sawdust, which stinks pretty bad if it sits in there too long. It smells like a swamp. So um, get that all dug out and then put it back. So just a real pain in the butt. So I want to get a whole different setup on that this here, but getting this insulated first and foremost. So I'm making shiplap today. We did this wall so you can see I'm starting just barely, got a garage door setting in there to get this hole closed up, but made shiplap out of wood I sawed on the mill. I liked shiplap before Joanna Gaines made it popular. It's kind of been my favorite thing. So the whole thing's going to end up being shiplap. That down there is white pine. This wall is going to be spruce, so the whole thing will be spruce. So I gotta get all that finished up here yet. And all my insulation. I know I've talked about my. You can tell that's used insulation. So I managed to salvage from they're tearing down a old produce cooling warehouse here 10 miles or so from me in a town, and I probably got, by my rough calculations, they were going to have to pay to haul it off, the company that was tearing it down, and I got in and just they'd tear it all out. I'd load it up. I probably picked up about $15,000 worth of styrofoam for just my time to go load it. I think I brought five 25-foot gooseneck loads of foam home from that project, from 1 inch up to 3 inch thick, and most of it's in perfect shape, cut to size to fit, but some of it's just 4x8 sheets depending where it was. So pays to be on top of things, salvaging stuff. You just got to be patient and not have your projects go on, need to be done at a certain time. The roof, as I spin around here, I'm insulating the whole ceiling with all that as well. So just been I figure just at today's prices, up here, I'm over $600 worth of foam just that I put up on the ceiling, not counting anything on the walls. So it saves me a ton of money to do this, and it's going to be nice when it's done. I want the shiplap to be good, and we'll hang some axes and saws on the wall and try to maybe keep this, start this out, keep this room clean. You know, have it be like I'd like it to be. You know, everything ends up around here as I spin the phone around again. It ends up having stuff leaning. You know, we get working, you get scrap wood, you put it on, and pretty soon everything is just leaning all over the place. You can't get the stuff. It's a constant battle. If anybody out there has a great idea for how you store pieces of wood that are 3 feet to about 6.5 feet long, I'd be all ears for that one because that's the worst. I can store long stuff. You can put it in a pile, put it in a bin. Short stuff you can stick under a bench, but that kind of 3 foot up to 6.5 feet, it's just hard to store and where you can get to it again. It's easy to pile it up somewhere um, and not be able to go through it, but to have some kind of a bin that doesn't take up all the room in your shop, doesn't get lost in a pile of big wood, or just be sitting around everywhere. I don't know. I don't have a good idea with that. With more limited space, now I have a lot of space compared to some people, but I also have a lot of lumber around here too. So with my sawmill and all the cutting and stuff that we do, there's plenty of wood around. So that's always the storage and organization is not my strong point. Real easy to work, just until you're done for the day and not stop a half hour early and put everything away, or 20 minutes early and put everything away. You just work till you want to quit, and then go in and be done. And then the next morning you do it again, and pretty soon after a week, all your tools are wherever the heck you're working, and nothing's where it's supposed to be. And yeah, it's probably the frustration of anybody who does what I do, unless they're completely organized and type A personality. So yeah, it's the one of the things I definitely could stand to do some improving on. So um, but building this, getting this done, maybe this will help. So have it start with a nice clean space and keep it that way. So hopefully another, I don't know, I got plenty of time. I got to finish up. There's the attic part to the ceiling above the rest of the shop. This is going to be a high ceiling in here. I'm just going to leave the rafters exposed because on the off chance I do need to build something tall, taller than 9 feet or so, then I would have a place in here I could do it. And then also to have long lumber and stand it up against the wall if I just want to let it acclimate or something before we use it. So I'll have some finishing to do up in the gable up there. So, but yeah, just been working on that all day today, trying to beat the cold and um, make progress. You know, so that's about all I have for today on that. I guess unless I were to take off onto something else, I'll probably keep it simple and onto this one topic. So this one topic, this one project around here. So until next time, I'm out.